Hey everybody, welcome to Kiki Loves Nigeria. How's everybody doing? Oh, got my finger caught in my hair, or my nail. How's everybody doing tonight? I am doing just dandy. So hey, before we start, I want to make sure I say this. I want to make sure I say everything that we're going to talk about, well, mostly everything we're going to talk about is alleged, okay? These are words. These are not Kiki Loves Nigeria's words. These are the words of Miss Monica. Okay. I'm going to tell you guys in detail who Miss Monica is in just a second. But I wanted to make sure that I said that before I get to going, because once I get to going, I might forget. So I want to make sure I say that. Okay. So y'all know I got to introduce myself because every week we have somebody new. So my name is Kiki Loves Nigeria. I am the host of this show. I am the host of this channel, actually. And what do? I am an educator and I do qualitative research. Qualitative research is when you take things and you measure things that can't normally be counted, like words. You measure those, measure what people say, okay? But you do it differently than you do things that can be counted. Okay, it's a method. You got to go to school, you got to be trained how to do that research method. So I'm trained how to do that research method. And through my training, I learned to love it. I really enjoy doing qualitative research. So I just kind of make up research projects to do just for fun because I really enjoy doing qualitative research. Now, where am I from? I'm from Ohio, which is the great state of Ohio. We like to call it the heart of it all. Now, how did I get my information for this video tonight? Well, this information came from an interview. I would say these were interviews. It started off just email. No, actually, it started off as comments on my channel. It was just comments. This person was commenting. Okay. And, you know, actually, I take that back. I met this person on someone else's channel. Okay. Miss Monica. We were on someone else's channel. We were commenting about this situation. And I was joking around about it. I was just kidding with somebody else. And that's when Miss Monica said something and she was telling me, basically, she started telling me then her side of the story, but I didn't know who she was at that time. Okay. So that was a while ago. Then in February, earlier this month, the 13th, I believe, she started contacting me. She started emailing me. And that's when, she let me know who she was and that she really wanted to talk to me because she wanted to give her side of the story. Because she felt like how she was being represented to the repack community was false and it was misleading and it was basically lies. And she wanted to, she wanted us to get her side of the story. Okay. So that's how I got the information. We started emailing. I read the emails. If I had questions, I would email her back. But to be honest, I'm going to just be honest with you guys. First, I was not going to do this story, okay? Because I thought it was just like a lot of personal stuff, okay? But when I said, okay, first, let me take all of the personal things out. Let me let me take out every personal statement. Okay. Anything that was personal, like how I feel or how she felt, that was personal. Okay. I took that out. Some of it I left in so you could understand, but most of it I took out because I wanted to see how this person really felt. I wanted to see, okay, is this just somebody like the Happy Companion and Eric trying to use me to get even with Travel with Tay Tay? Is this what's going on here, or is this person really a victim? So that's what I took. In order to determine that, I had to take out everything that was personal, and I had to get down to the basics of what this person was trying to say, what Miss Monica was trying to say, because she was trying to say something. But everybody knows when you are in a lot of pain, when especially a woman, when she's in a lot of pain, sometimes it becomes difficult to express what you're trying to say. Your what you try to say gets lost in all that emotion. So I knew this was a lot of emotion and a lot of turmoil she was going through. So I was just like, okay, I got to take all this out, all this emotion. We got to take it out. I got to just get to the fact to see what you actually want. So once I did that, I got to the facts, and the facts were Miss Monica really just wants her side of the story told. She feels like, again, she's been misrepresented, and she feels like she needs to be heard. So she came to me, the Repack community, to tell her story because she feels like on this channel, we give her a voice and she could tell her story to us. So after I went through all of that, I said, okay, this is something that needs to be told because this, all these things in the end, this is why we should care about this. Okay. Because in the end, all of these shenanigans that's going on, this can eventually impact, like I always tell you guys, it's already impacting our reputation in the Gambia, okay? And it's also eventually, it will impact foreign policy. Even if you look here, okay? Whenever we start acting up, whenever African Americans start acting up, you know what happens. They create laws to shut us down. They create policies to shut us down and slow us down. Okay. So this is exactly what, in my professional opinion, eventually will occur if these shenanigans continue. Because the prosecutor in the Gambia doesn't have time to keep playing with people, African Americans. They just don't. Time is money. When you're a prosecutor, time is money. Okay. When you're any type of lawyer, time is money. Okay. But the prosecutor, that's the city's money. So that's really time is money. So all these bogus claims, all these little personal vendettas, excuse me, these things can impact foreign policy. And that's the danger in all of this. That is the true danger in all of this. Because once I went through all this and I see how the police were involved, the detectives were involved, I'm like, wait a minute. All of these people are involved. The prosecutor, I don't even know if it got as far as, well, it sounds like it did. All these people involved, all this money involved for a game to be played. It doesn't make sense. Once I present it to you guys, I'm gonna let you guys decide. But from what I've seen, this doesn't make sense to me. This doesn't make sense. This guy we thought was a bumpster. This guy is not a bumpster. I don't know if he's a bumpster. I don't think he's a bumpster. From what I've been hearing, this is not a bumpster. Okay. This person has an allowance. Okay. His fiance gives him an allowance. He doesn't have to go around and steal, especially a laptop. Okay, we're going to get to all of that. But this doesn't sound like, after all this information was coming to me, this doesn't sound like, and then when I found out who the family, who he was related to, I'm like, well, hold out. Wait a minute. This makes absolutely no sense. This doesn't make sense, people. It just doesn't make sense that this person would do that. That this person, her fiance, Miss Monica's fiance, would do that. And I know we said jokingly, yeah, that he did it. Well, we thought he did it, or we said he was in on it. Well, we thought that at that time with the information that we had, but we were correct about the relationship. We were correct about that. But just from what Miss Monica was telling me and the information that was revealed, the truth, well, her side of the story, plus comparing it to what Travel with Tay Tay said, yeah, this doesn't make sense, people, that this person would, her fiance would be involved in something as minor as this. The items that were stolen, everybody, were like something little kids would steal, like teenagers. You know, teenagers just looking for a little bit of money, something like that. This was not nothing adults would steal. No, this is nothing an adult would steal. These are just little kids, like I said, teenagers. Just okay, I'm gonna go get me a little change for this. But it doesn't make sense that this grown man who has a fiance in I'm not gonna say where she lives at, but she lives on another continent. Okay, she sends her fiance money to make sure he's taken care of. He doesn't need things. Then he has a family who's established, and we all know that. But I'm not gonna tell you who his family. I'm not saying their name, but the family is who knows this person. His family is established. He doesn't have to do that, especially not for those minor pieces of things. So now I'm rethinking this whole thing. I'm like, wait a minute, this don't make no kind of sense now. This makes absolutely no type of sense. None, none, none. Just 0 cents to me. It makes 0 cents. 0 cents. That who would even do that? Who would go to the think about that? Who would go to the point of melting the bars? Because you know they use a chemical to melt the bar. Use the chemical, you got to pay for that. So if you're going to go get money, you're going to pay for that. But the hope is with the robbery, you're going to get something from that. You know, somebody's going to, you're going to get some merchandise to sell or something. You're not going to get much for the things that they've stolen. So none of this makes sense to me. I've been sitting around thinking about this for days now, thinking about this, trying to make this make sense. It doesn't make sense. So you guys, I'm going to present it to you so you guys can see how much sense it makes to you. All right, so do we got any questions so far? Anything so far? Any questions y'all want to ask? No? No questions? This is one of them nights y'all just going to sit and be quiet. Okay, here we go. So, the name of the show tonight, our topic is the break-in and travel with Tay Tay. Everybody remember the break-in and travel with Tay Tay. And she came out sad, crying, just toe up from the flow up because somebody had broken in, stolen some items from her that she considered of value. I'm not going to laugh at them because she considered those items of value, so those items were of value. Okay? So, she considered those items of value. They were stolen. Okay? They were, I believe it was a laptop, it was a hard drive, and it was like a support belt she wore for her jacket, her back, for her back. Okay. Oh, we just got started. I'm gonna go back through it. But how you doing, Miss London? um, so it was something like a support thing for her back. Okay. So those were the three things I believe they were stolen. Okay. So Miss Monica, who is Miss Monica? Okay, let me back up some more. All right, I got to tell y'all this. Okay. How I found out that the guard was more than the guard, that the guard was really in a relationship with Travel with Tay Tay, is because one of the neighbors, because we were all saying the security guard was in on it. Remember? We kept saying the security guard is in on it, the security guard is in on it. He has something to do with it because he should have been watching what was going on. Well, that's how we found out. Well, someone wrote me the security guard's people, who the security guard really worked for. It was revealed, but not by Travel with Tay Tay. It was revealed by someone else that the security guard was not her security guard. It was someone else's security guard. And he noticed that the bars were down, and he went to knock on her door to let her know that someone had broken into her house. So it wasn't her security guard. It was then told to us that her security guard was actually her boyfriend. Okay. So that's when we got to, the boyfriend was in on it because the boyfriend was the security guard. Okay. So that's how, but we didn't know the identity of the boyfriend. We didn't know the situation of the boyfriend, because all of that makes a difference. That makes a big difference. That's a big difference. The fiance on a whole different continent who sends you money regularly, you don't have to do that. You don't have to do that. And you were working. This person was working. Miss Monica's fiance was working for Travel with Tay Tay. He really was a security guard. So that was another source of income. So he had this source of income from his fiance, and then he had the source of income from his job with Travel with TayTay. But according to Miss Monica, he wasn't getting paid regularly. So whenever he did get paid, that was money that he did have. So, and along with that, he has a family who's established in the Gambia. Okay. And that's just ridiculous to even accuse him or to think that he was involved with that, or even to let people think he was involved with that. Okay. So what did Miss Monica want from us? That was a question I asked. I said, what does Miss Monica want from us, from the repack community? And what I realized from all, going through, taking out all the emotion, all the pain out, I realized she wants to be heard. She wants someone to listen to her, someone to listen to my story. Because Shantae has a YouTube channel. Miss Monica doesn't. So Miss Shantae has I'm gonna call her Travel with Tay Tay. I don't like to use people's real names, even though she does, sometimes. I just don't like to do that. Okay, so I'm gonna call her Travel with Tay Tay. Travel with Tay Tay, she has a YouTube channel, so she has a platform to present her side of the story. You know what I mean? Miss Monica does not have a social network platform like that to present her side of the story. So her side of the story could easily get silenced. And that's not fair. That's unfair. Okay. So she wants someone to hear what she has to say. This is what she has to say. Okay. So that's what we're trying to do for her. Yes. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Let me go through these questions real quick. Okay. So Miss London, no, you didn't miss the beginning. You might have missed just a little. Is this Renee Marcus's brother with two girlfriends besides Tay Tay? Okay, y'all have to answer that question. Y'all know I'm not answering that question. I'm not going to answer that question. Y'all tell her who it is. Oh, that's good. She says I'm good. Y'all tell her who it is. Why didn't Renee Marcus tell her story? I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I just don't know. But I thank her for coming to us, to my channel, coming to me. I thank her for that, for coming to me and for saying to me, Kiki, will you tell my story? So I'm thankful for that. So I don't know, but I'm thankful that she came to me, that she trusts me, and she trusts us to listen to her. So I'm sure, I don't know. I don't know. That one thing I want to say about that though is that people have different platforms. Okay, they have different platforms, and that's kind of personal. You know what I mean? And she might not want to talk about her family issues on YouTube. I know I would. I don't. You see, I don't. I don't talk about my family issues on YouTube. I don't do that because my family's not on YouTube. I am. So I don't talk about my family. So maybe she has that policy also that she does not talk about her family, because I don't blame her, because I wouldn't do that. If the situation was reversed, I wouldn't do that. I just would not do that. I wouldn't do that. I just wouldn't use my platform to talk about my family's personal issues. Because you got to remember, that's the situation. And would you want to do that though? Think about that. Who asked me that? Queen Sugar, Miss Queen Sugar. Would you do that? would you feel comfortable discussing your brother's issues on your YouTube channel? I know I wouldn't. I wouldn't discuss my personal issues on my YouTube channel. Kiki, did you say he's getting an allowance from another woman? Yes, his fiance gives him an allowance. Miss Monica is his fiance. Miss Monica has been his fiance for a while. Okay. Miss Monica sends him money a month to take care of him, to help take care of him. Okay. That's who the lady is whose story we're telling. Miss Monica is the Travel with TayTay's security guard, driver, lover, boyfriend. That's his fiance. Okay. We got it now, y'all. Anybody else? Oh, I went back up. Okay. Any more questions, y'all? Hello, Robin. I am. Is that it? Okay. All right, y'all. Can I start back up? Y'all got it? So why should we listen to Miss Monica? Like she said, well, why didn't she go to Renee Marcus? Why didn't she ask her? So why should we listen to her? Good point, Queen, whoever asked me that. Because like I said, maybe she didn't feel comfortable. I know I wouldn't feel comfortable going to my sister-in-law and telling her my business and asking her, would you please talk? No, I would not want to do that. I wouldn't even want her to know my business like that. I wouldn't even want her involved in my situation like that. No, hex no. No, I wouldn't even feel comfortable like that. So maybe she felt comfortable. She had to feel comfortable with me. She's been writing me for quite some time now. So she had to feel like, oh, I can trust this lady. I can confide in her. You know, I can tell her my truth and she's not going to slander it. She's not going to, jack it up. She's not going to twist it and turn it to make it fit whatever she wanted to say. And again, everybody, has a right to be heard. All right, told y'all where I got the information from. Okay, now how did I verify that this information is even true, that Miss Monica is telling me? How do I know she's not doing me like the Happy Companion? Well, they wasn't making it up either. That stuff they was telling me was true. Everything the Happy Companion was saying, honey, was true. It was true. So, how do I know this is true? Well, I looked it up. I compared it because, Travel with TayTay did a video about the same situation. So you know me and my research skills. What did I do? I watched the video. I went through the videos and I compared what Miss Monica said to what Travel with TayTay said. And pretty much, you guys, the stories are pretty much the same. Okay? But where they get different is when this jury is involved and this arrest or detainment of the fiance takes place. The reasons for that is where it gets tricky and where it gets not so clear of how that happened. Okay. So let's see. So that's how I verified the information. I went through Travel with TayTay's videos. I compared it to what Miss Monica was saying in her emails, and it matched. TayTay wasn't lying, and Miss Monica wasn't lying. They were both telling their truth, except when it came to one event. And that's when you can tell the shenanigans began. All right, so the emails, like I said, I started getting these emails in February the 12th was the first email that I received from Miss Monica. And the thing that caught my attention was Miss Monica started off by saying, hello, Kiki, we have a mutual enemy. And I was like, an enemy? I don't have any enemies. But then I thought, who's she talking about? I read some more. She said, Travel with TayTay. Okay. So I was like, well, I thought to myself, she's not my enemy. And then I thought to myself, well, what is the definition of an enemy? Okay. I said, well, let me look it up. So after I looked up the definition of the enemy, what an enemy is, I said, well, you know what? Miss Monica's absolutely right. She's absolutely right. Because the definition of an enemy is someone who is not your friend. And Travel with TayTay is definitely not my friend. So I want to just get that clear. We are not friends. Okay. I don't have anything against her other than, her character is kind of morally corrupt. Other than that morally corrupt character and that bullying reputation, I don't have much against her. So I would say that is true. Miss Monica was absolutely 100% correct when she defined her as that. So what else Miss Monica wanted to make clear in her letter, in her emails? Let me get this out now. She wanted us to know that she was never arrested. It was put out that she was arrested. Travel with TayTay said she was arrested. She said she was never detained. Travel with TayTay said she was arrested for lying to the police. Remember? If you watch her videos, you can go see it. The Lemonade Chronicles, I think that's the name of it. Lemonade something, I got it written down somewhere. The video about Lemonade. And she said she was never prosecuted, nor was she charged. That's not what Travel with TayTay told us. That's not what she said in her video for everybody who watched it, because I know a lot of people on here watched it because I watched it. I watched it. So I know that's what she said. Just like she said, but you can't believe everything she says in her videos, because just like she said in her video, I went to the Gambia to visit my boyfriend. What? What? Where did she get that from? Where did she get that from? In her brain, she made that up. Because everybody knows I didn't. Show me a video clip, Travel with TayTay, where I says I went to the Gambia to visit my boyfriend. Please, show me that. I'd love to see where I said that. So that's another way I know that you just throw stuff out there to see if it sticks. Just like you told people I was a graduate student who was failing graduate school. You threw that out there to see if it stuck. Ridiculous little things like that. Okay, so I know she will do that. I know when she gets in the heat of the moment, she will just throw out little things. Like she admitted she was telling somebody she was an attorney and she wasn't, because they weren't doing what she wanted them to do for her. So she told them she was an attorney. Okay, these are the things she does. She manipulates the situation to get what she wants. She'll say whatever she needs to say. So that's what I'm saying. You got to take what she says in those videos as a grain of salt. That's with a grain of salt. That's why I compared them. And like I said, she was pretty much telling the truth till it came to certain points. And at certain points, somebody was lying. Somebody was clearly lying. And according to the receipts, it looked like it was Travel with TayTay. Okay, let's see what this is. I thought Bento, the Gambian girlfriend, was the one arrested, the bleaching girl with the house full of kids. Okay, Queen Sugar. That's what I heard too. Okay, I heard all three of them were arrested. Okay, but Miss Monica didn't say anything about Benta being arrested. She didn't say anything about that. She told me about Benta. She said she didn't even know Benta was the girlfriend. Okay. She didn't even know about that. Okay. So she said she told me about Benta, but she didn't say Benta had been arrested. So where's the proof other than Travel with TayTay, who says I went to the Gambia to see my boyfriend? Which she has no, I've never, those words have never come out of my mouth. So other than just now to say what she made up about me, which is a lie, a straight lie, a straight lie, a straight lie. So if she's going to just straight lie about me to whoever's watching her videos, you think she's not going to straight lie about a woman that she feels like scorned her, done something to her? Come on. You think she's not? So I don't know what happened to Benta. I don't know. But I know Miss Monica did not say anything about that. But I know, I believe it had to be Travel with Tay Tay, because who else would I got the information from? It had to be her in one of her videos saying that I believe, tell me if I'm wrong, y'all, that she said all three of them was arrested. That's what I thought. All three of them have been arrested and charged. Okay, she was waiting to go back to court. Remember, that's what we was told. But Miss Monica saying she wasn't even charged. She wasn't. She was not arrested, not charged, not nothing. So Benta, she didn't talk about Benta, but I thought the same thing as you, Queen Sugar. I thought the same thing. She says, this is a person. Okay, she said the person. Okay, remember the message? It was a voice clip on Travel with Tay Tay's video about I think it was part 2. There was a voice clip on there of Miss Monica talking, right? She said that voice clip was actually given to a friend of theirs. Okay, it was a friend, a mutual friend. This mutual friend helped get her fiance the job. Okay, the mutual friend is the one who gave Travel with Tay Tay that voice clip. Okay, so she says that's how he got that voice. That's how she got that voice clip, and it was a private call between him and her. She feels like this whole thing with Travel with Tay Tay is nothing more than a personal vendetta. She said she's full of false accusations. That's all they are, false accusations about her fiance. She said her fiance, about her and her fiance. She says her fiance was detained for 4 days. She says Travel with Tay Tay's best friend leaked that information to Travel with Tay Tay, which led to his detainment. Okay. So the detainment, that's the part where things get confusing. Okay. The reason why he was detained, the reason why he was detained, that's the part where Travel with Tay Tay says one thing and Miss Monica says something completely different. But when Travel with Tay Tay even produced the receipt on her video of who the items belong to, so it was proof right there that Travel with Tay Tay, if this is the way that it really happened, that she was indeed lying about the situation. So the information page. Any questions so far before we move to this next part? Do y'all got any questions? Any questions so far? No? Okay, so let's continue. So these are the things, the facts that led to the detainment, okay, to the fiance being detained. There was a engagement ring and there was a watch, okay, that was supposedly um, taken during the robbery. Travel with Tay Tay told the police that these items were her items, they belonged to her, okay. But according to Miss Monica, these items belong to her fiance. She says the sister gave him the watch and the ring. She gave the ring to him. It was like it's like a spiritual, like an engagement ring. Like when they're not together, it's like to keep, for him to remember, like something to constantly keep you connected. Okay, it's a ring like that, just something to keep you connected. So that's why he didn't wear it on his finger; he wore it on his neck. So it was that ring, and it was the watch, the the watch and the ring. Okay, and she says that those items belong to him. She gave him the ring. His sister gave him the watch. Okay, she says Travel with Tay Tay took those items. Okay, she pretended like those items were stolen, and she pretended like those items belonged to her. She took those items and she submitted a police report stating again that the ring that was stolen was hers and the watch that was stolen was hers, when in all actuality, it was not. It belonged to the fiance. The fiance, okay, he believed that the things were stolen also. But then they say, well, they're at the police station. This is where I'm confused because they say, well, they're at the police station. Okay. There's a bag and then there's a photo. And in the bag, there's these items. Travel with Tay Tay has this bag. Okay. Or he has the bag. So that's where I'm not clear. Who has the bag? I think it was Travel with Tay Tay has the bag. She has the bag. No, he must have the bag because they said he stole the items because he had the bag. Now, Miss Monica, if you're listening, correct me if I'm wrong. Or if y'all know somebody else know the story, correct me if I'm wrong, okay? But I believe the fiance had the bag, and inside the bag were these items, this ring and this watch that supposedly the robber had stolen, okay? So he was in possession, to my understanding, if I understand the story right, of these items at the police station. Therefore, he was detained at that time. Okay. Miss Monica was telling them that those items were hers. Okay. Now, anybody got any questions about that? I know that was a lot. So, do y'all got questions about that so far? No? Okay. So, Miss Monica is also at the police station. Okay. Miss Monica is telling them that those items are, are gifts to him. They're gifts that one belonged to him and the sister gave him the other one. But at that time, they didn't have proof. Okay. They needed to have proof that she actually bought the ring and that, the watch came from the sister. But until then, they detained him. This is the way I'm understanding it. Okay. According to Travel with Tay Tay, these were her items. This is what Miss Monica's saying. These were she's telling the detective these are her items, and the fact that the boyfriend has these items on him, her boyfriend, Miss Monica's fiance, the fact that he has these items on him, okay, proves that he was involved in this robbery. Okay, I'm not going to call him the boyfriend. It just came to me. Don't call him the boyfriend because neither Travel with Tay Tay identified this man as her boyfriend, and neither did Miss Monica. According to Miss Monica, Travel with Tay Tay knew that her fiance was never her boyfriend. He was just one of her employees she was sleeping with. Okay, so I'm not going to call him her boyfriend because he was not. She even says he was not. So, um, the girlfriend. There's also another player in this story, okay? And this is the Gambian girlfriend. Okay, I'm not going to tell you. Oh, we already used her name back on it. But the Gambian girlfriend, I'm going to call her the Gambian girlfriend, okay? I'm going to respect her identity, although even though it's already out there. The Gambian girlfriend, the girlfriend from the Gambia, okay? There's another female involved. The girlfriend from the Gambia, okay? The girlfriend of the Gambia, she was at the police station also. And the girlfriend of the Gambia, she believes that the break-in was created by Travel with Tay Tay just to get donations from YouTube people. Okay. This is what she feels is the motivation, according to Miss Monica. This is what she feels is the motivations for, or maybe I got this off a video. I'm sorry, Miss Monica didn't say this. Scratch that. Miss Monica didn't say this. This came from Lemonade Special Part 1 and 2. Okay. Yes, it did. There's a video, Lemonade Special Part 1 and 2, and there's a video of this Gambian girlfriend talking. And this is what she says, that you staged this break-in so you could get money. Okay. So we got a question. Let's stop right there. I thought Tay Tay had money. Well, see, that's what was told to me also. That's why I was wondering, well, if she had money, that's what the same thing I said, Miss London. Well, if she has money, why would she need to do that? Why would she need to stage somebody breaking into her house? Why would she go to that extent? You know? And I don't know. That was another question that I had. But we don't know. What is the definition of money? I mean, who defines what money is? We don't know. We don't know. We don't know what her bank account looked like for real. We don't know. We don't know her financial situation. See, that's why I don't like people like to put my personal stuff out there like that. Because people don't need to speculate about your pockets. But the fact that she keep talking about her pockets, she putting her pockets out there like that, so people speculating about her pockets. She keeps talking about this money that she has. So if she has all this money, I don't understand. I don't understand the whole thing. That's why I said it doesn't make sense to me. It doesn't make sense that he would do it. It doesn't make sense. If you have all this money, why would you need YouTube donations? But she clearly was asking for donations because she wanted to rebuild the Gambia. She wanted to do the street lights. Remember, she wanted to put money into her each one, teach one. I'm not saying this was her motivation, but I'm saying we do have record of her asking for a donation. So this is a viable argument. This is a really viable argument. Because even though you have money, that's your personal money. That's not money for you to rebuild the Gambia with like she was trying to do. So we don't know. We don't know. We do not know. We don't have a clue. Exactly. Because she didn't. This is according to Miss Monica. Miss London said, how can he be arrested for stealing his own stuff? Okay. That's exactly what Miss Monica said. But Miss Monica had to go get proof. You got to remember they're at the police station arguing back and forth. Travel with Tay Tay, according to Miss Monica, they're going back and forth. Travel with Tay Tay. She threatening to sue the police. She threatening to, put the police on blast. The police ain't doing their job. The police don't want to arrest him. They got proof that he needs to be arrested right there. So this is what she's doing. She's in there straight clowning. They got the ring. Now they got the watch, and it's in his possession. So they don't know what to believe. So at this point, Miss Monica has to go and get receipts to prove who owns the merchandise. Okay. So that's what happened, according to Miss Monica. I'm confused. Yeah, I was too. I told you it took me a minute. Tell me what you're confused about so I can explain it. Because I think I understand it now. Tell me what you're confused about. But Miss Monica trying to be smug. But Miss Monica trying to be smug. She can call him her fiance. So why can't TayTay call him her boyfriend? She can. I think we can call him the community thing. But I think Travel with TayTay can call him her boyfriend. She just chose not to. No, Miss Monica's not saying she can't call him her boyfriend. No, Travel with TayTay just never called this man her boyfriend. She just never said that was her boyfriend. She didn't identify him as her boyfriend. Okay? So it wasn't Miss Monica who said that. It was her. It was Travel with TayTay who didn't want him identified as that. From what I can see. Everybody in Africa asks for donations from model, yeah, down to the, and that's the thing, I don't ever want to do. I don't ever want to go to Africa and ask for donations. I don't ask for donations here, unless I'm really, doing something or building something. Maybe like if you have a nonprofit and you take donations as a nonprofit, but as a YouTube content creator, I don't see, I just don't, I don't I don't see why you would be doing that. But they all do it. They all do it because they live off of the YouTube people. Because there's YouTube people who will just give them money like that, and they know it. They don't even have to have any real content for real. They don't even have to do any of that. They're just going to give them money because you're who you are, who you say you are. But and she was doing a nonprofit. She was trying to, even though it wasn't licensed or registered in any state, she was still trying to do it. She was doing it the illegal way, but she was attempting. So, I don't know. I don't know her financial situation with that. But we do, like I said, we do have proof that she was asking for donations on YouTube. And we do know that she was in need of donations to complete these projects. We do know that. All right. So again, we know that the boyfriend gets an allowance from the fiance. And then she said, this is what something else that was said. Look at the items that were stolen. Okay. Miss Monica wants us to pay attention, and the Gambian girlfriend to pay attention to the items that were stolen, because they said, who would steal those items? They said, just think about that. Who would steal those items? Okay. So now we're at the police station. All right. Now we're there. Start right here. Monica isn't part of the repatriation community, as she is an older YT woman living in the UK. She can't be in her feelings ashamed now. She should continue to play her role, paying her boy toy. Okay. Yeah, she can be. Yeah, she can be. Oh God, let me put my glasses on. There's too many words. Oh, hey there, Pa. Oh, we got a lot of responses for you, honey. Maybe we can get to them tonight. If we can't, you're gonna have to come back because you got some issues you got to address, sir. Yeah, she can be arrested for stealing her own property and be charged if the police deem necessary. It's a crime to steal your own property and allege it was stolen. Yes, that's called filing a false police report. Yes. So let's finish. Hold on. Let me get these comments read. Paul, let me know when you can come back so we can address these issues. I would only ask to build for I would only ask to build for the community. I will build my own house and my own money. You can't build a mansion on a shoestring budget. Exactly, Miss Millie. So, Pa, email me and let me know when you can come back because we got some questions for you, sir. Okay. So, let me tell y'all what Miss Monica said she told the police. She said she told the police, Travel with TayTay told the police the ring was hers and it wasn't stolen. Oh, no, I'm sorry. Correction. And scratch that. Miss Monica said this. Miss Monica told the police the ring was hers and that it wasn't stolen. Okay? Travel with TayTay only involved Miss Monica when she found out she was in town. Okay? So Miss Monica was in town, and then when she found out Miss Monica was in town, that's when Miss Monica said Travel with TayTay wanted to involve her and her engagement ring into this circus. I'm not going to tell you what kind of circus she called it, but she indeed called it a circus. She says the ring was not about the. Okay, she says again, she wants us to understand she knew nothing about this relationship with Travel with TayTay. Okay, she says she knew nothing about this at all, but she's saying Travel with TayTay knew about her the entire time. Okay. The entire time, she says, traveled with Tay Tay, knew about this relationship. So she says the ring was not about the money, because in the video, Travel with Tay Tay was making fun of the ring because Miss Monica did produce the receipt. Okay. Travel with Tay Tay shows you in the video the receipt that Miss Monica did produce, that the ring was indeed her ring. Okay. That she purchased the ring and she gave it to him. Okay. So according to Miss Monica, the ring was not about the money, because she felt like Travel with Tay Tay was making fun of her. She felt like she was laughing at her because the ring, wasn't, according to Travel with Tay Tay, the ring wasn't really expensive. Okay. Well, she wanted us to know that it wasn't about the money to her. It wasn't, if the ring was not about the money, the ring symbolized the love that was between them two. All right, that's what she wanted me to tell y'all. So I'm gonna stop right there, and I'm gonna look at these comments. See if you guys got any comments. Okay. Okay. Monica is not an African from the Gambia. No, she is not. Monica is not an African. Well, she's not from the Gambia. She told me she was born in Southwest Africa. Okay, that's what she told me. So if she was born in Southwest Africa, then technically she is an African. But no, she is not from the Gambia. That's what she told me. She was born in Southwest Africa. Okay. But no, she's not from the Gambia. She's engaged to a Gambian man, which was traveled with Tay Tay's lover, friend, beyond security guard. Was this an engagement ring? Yes, it was an engagement ring. Yes, it is an engagement ring. So Queen Sugar, no, she's an older British lady. No, she says she's not British, Tania. She says she's not British. She said Travel with Tay Tay got that wrong. She doesn't even know what she's talking about. She says she's not British. She's from Southwest Africa. That's what she told me. So the Brit financed the bumpster that had a Gambian and an American girlfriend. Well, she's not British, okay? She wants us to make that clear, okay? Because she said Travel with Tay Tay has everybody thinking she's British, but she says she's not British. And if you listen to her on that video, that's not a British accent. That's not a UK accent, okay? It's not, because that's what I thought when I heard her accent. I was like, where is she from? Where is this person from? Because the accent was like not familiar. So she wants us to be clear on that. She wants y'all to know she's not British. She said that was one of those false rumors that Travel with Tay Tay was spreading. All right. Tania, hello, you always have the scoop. Hello, Anonymous. So let's see. Tania, so he's with a British white woman. Doesn't that make him a bumpster? Okay, she's not British, everybody. Please understand, she's not British. The lady says right here in her emails, I'm Southwestern African. I'm sorry, not Western. I'm Southwest African. She told me this on Saturday, February the 12th, 2022 at 10:54 p.m. She says, I'm Southwest African. Okay? So please, she does not want us calling her British. She doesn't want us calling her British. Well, Pa's the expert on that. He's on here. Pa, Queen Sugar has a question. She wants to know, since The fiance is involved with an older European one. Well, she's not European. She says she was born in Southwest Africa. Since she's how do you well an African woman who's what Caucasian? Does that make him a bumpster? Okay, exactly. That's what he is up. That okay, exactly. That's what he is up for sale to anyone who financially cares for him. Okay, and she's saying, "Hey, anonymous, what's up with the bars on the window? Who would fake this for a laptop?" That's what I'm saying, Mr. Foreman. That's exactly what I'm saying. That's why I was like going through this, like, this doesn't make sense. This doesn't make sense. This doesn't make, and this, unless there's this big master scheme plan that we don't know anything about, like let's plan this scheme and let's get this money from these people and let's do this and let's do that. But I cannot figure out who would go through all of this for a laptop. And according to Miss Monica, it wasn't even new. She said none. I'm going to tell you later on. I mean, it's in here what she said. Oh, I'm about to get to it. Okay, but that's the same thing. That's the same thing I was asking. Who would fake this for a laptop? Exactly. Who would even go through this? The bars on the window, Mr. Foreman, they pour some kind of chemical on there, and the chemical melts the cement, and the bars, they collapse. Okay, because they don't have nothing to hold on to. So I don't know who would do that. That's why I'm just stuck. I'm just asked if she what? I don't understand that, Robin. Miss Robin, I don't understand that. I got it. Yes. Okay. Let's see. What else? So does she live in Britain? You know what? I think, but I'm not sure. I'm not sure. I'm not sure where she lives. I'm not sure where she lives. And let me tell you why I'm not sure where she lives. Because she doesn't want people to know where she lives. Because she says Travel with TayTay has revealed all of her personal information on all of her social media sites. Okay. And she says she feels like she's being harassed and stalked by Travel with TayTay. Okay. And she doesn't want any more people to know she doesn't want us to know anything about her, really. Okay. So she didn't tell me. She just said she doesn't live. She said she lives on a different continent. That's what she said. She didn't tell me Britain. She didn't say where she lived. She just says, I live on a different continent. She just kept saying, emphasizing, it was a different continent. She wouldn't tell me the name. And then she kept emphasizing, she wants her privacy. She feels like her privacy, Travel with TayTay has invaded her privacy, by making these videos about her because she's not on YouTube. So she feels like, why would you put me on YouTube when I'm not on YouTube? This has nothing to do with YouTube. This has to do with me, you, and my fiance. So why put me? He doesn't even have a YouTube channel to my knowledge. Why would you put us on YouTube like that? This isn't a YouTube issue. This was a personal issue. And so these personal issues, that she's put on social media has caused Miss Monica, a lot of pain and suffering. And you can tell that from the emails. This woman is in a lot of pain from just being constantly, how Travel with TayTay is, her bullying ways, how she'll do you. She's been making fun of this lady. She's been trolling this lady. Now, if you sign up for YouTube, okay, that's what you're going to go through. It's stupid, insecure people who will do that to you. You know that. But that says more about them than it does about you. But if you didn't sign up for this YouTube stuff, then, you shouldn't be subjected to go through that. And that's what she feels like. She's been subjected to go through things that, she shouldn't have to go through. Because Travel with TayTay has a personal vendetta against her. Yes, sir. A Southwestern African living in London or Britain. No, she doesn't say she's living in London or Britain. Remember, the whole UK thing came from Travel with Tay Tay. The whole thing came from her. This woman never told me she lived in the UK. So remember, the travel with the UK situation, it sounds, I don't think the woman lives there. Miss Monica says she lives on another continent. She said the UK is wrong. She says that just shows you how Travel with Tay Tay has no facts. She just makes up information. Okay. So she did say what was factual is that she was a Southwest African, but she did not say at one time, at no time in all of these emails, okay? And I got a lot of emails from her. She wrote me a lot, okay? I got a lot from her. Not one time did she say anything like I live in the UK. She did not say that. The only thing she said about the UK is that Travel with Tay Tay got that wrong. All right. So let's see. Let me get this big comment. I bet that Benta was involved looking for money for bleaching cream and noodles in the house for all the kids. So you think Benta was involved with the break-in? But what was they gonna get? Okay, let's go back to this. Let's analyze this. Let's analyze this. So Benta, you said Benta lives in a house with a whole bunch of kids and she uses bleaching cream. Bleaching cream is expensive. Kids, that take food to eat. You gotta feed them. So you're gonna go through all of that. You gotta buy the chemicals to melt the bars with, okay? So you gotta split this money with whoever did the actual break-in. I know it wasn't Benta who did the actual break-in, so she would have to split the money with whoever did it. Now, how much money do you all think she's getting for the items that were stolen? And here they are right here. According to Miss Monica, what was stolen was a secondhand, used, old laptop and a secondhand, used, old external hard drive and a secondhand, well, I just said that, the used old external hard drive and a used old back brace for female slimming belt. A female slimming belt. Those were the three things that she said were stolen, according to Miss Monica. Now think about that. Now we're going to say, or we're going to think, we're going to suggest that Benta, the Gambian girlfriend, had something to do with the break-in because she has a lot of kids and she needs bleaching cream. This is not going to get it. She's going to have to steal more than this. Bleaching cream is expensive. Feeding kids is expensive. And if she has a house full, like you said, she's going to need more than these items. So again, this absolutely makes no sense. This sounds like little boys, little 14, 15-year-old boys. Or, like Benta said, maybe somebody is. Maybe she was playing. Maybe Shantae was doing it. Maybe she did it herself so she could raise money on YouTube. If you're watching, can you, Monica, if you, let me put this out. Monica, if you're watching, you can do better. I'm so off topic. But no, that was nice for you to give your opinion. That was nice. Bottom line, Tay thought she was the prize. Yeah, I'm sure she did. Exactly. So she's a white woman from South Africa. Is that what she'll have everyone believe? She gets no sympathy from me. Uh, she didn't say South Africa either. She said West, Southwest Africa. That's not South Africa. To me, in my head, that's the coast. You know, that western coast down from Gabon, all those little countries right in there. I think is it no, Zambia's on the other side. Like we're Angola, you know, and the ones after Angola, it's like a three little countries past Gabon before you get to that swoop of South Africa. So when she says Southwest Africa, that's the area I'm thinking about. You know, it was a lot of European people who went and settled down in that area. So I'm thinking down in that area. If y'all know the countries down in there, tell me, because I forgot. So they both were lied. Say that, so they both were lied. Tell me what you mean, accountability. That's a nice suit you got on. I like that. Remember, some people out there love playing games with you to throw you off track. Yeah, but you know what? This ain't playing games, because remember I told you what I did. I compared it. And remember I told you everything was true. Her story matched Travel with Tay Tay's story. Everything, except when it came to the arrest. What led to the arrest? Who did the items truly belong to? That was the only thing that didn't match up. That was the only thing. But then we had proof. Then I watched the other video, and there was the proof, and that matched everything that Miss Monica had said. So even with the happy companion and Eric playing games with me, what they were saying was true. I was checking it. I was checking exactly what they were saying. So in spite of what the happy companion may think, I don't just go and read an email. Like I said, I've had these emails since February the 12th. What is this? February the 26th. And I'm just now talking about it? No, I'm smarter than that. All right, let's finish these comments. Could Tay Tay be using Brit as a code for Caucasian? I don't know. She might have thought she was from UK. She might have just assumed, because she was white, she was from UK. I don't know. But she's putting herself on YouTube coming to you. And if she's concerned about her confidentiality, then just bow out gracefully. Well, no, because what's the name that we're using? That's not her name. That's not her real name. And I'm not showing you her real name. And I'm not showing you her email address. So that's why she didn't want to come on the show, because I asked her to come on to talk to you guys. Does she want to come on and talk to you guys and tell you guys her story? She said no. She said, she wanted me to do it because she didn't want her face to be seen. She doesn't want to be out there on YouTube. She doesn't want that. So she's not out there like that because, like I said, Miss Monica is not her real name. Okay. That's the name she wants us to use. Her real name, I'm not using her real name. And I'm not showing you guys her email address. I'm not giving you guys any of her personal information. So it is kind of, it's not, she's not out there like that. And so she came to me because, you remember, Miss London, Shantae had already put her out there. Shantae had put her out there with lies, like saying she's from the UK and she's not. So she felt like, I'm already out there. I'm already out there with these lies. So I got to get out there and get my truth heard. So how can I get my truth heard? Because she didn't put herself out there. This Lemonade Chronicle was done way back in January. Shantae put her out there, just like she said. Not Shantae. Travel with TayTay put her out there. She's the one who put her out there way back there in January. This woman did not send me these emails to February. And that's when she said, I guess she realized, I need to get my voice heard because people are believing this. And she said it just isn't on YouTube. She's using whatever social media sites that she has to attack and humiliate this woman. So, yes. So how do you bow out gracefully? When you're all over YouTube like that. You're all over social media like that. Instagram, Facebook. I don't know what social media sites Travel with TayTay has. I don't know. So, but obviously she's on a bunch of stuff because this lady is telling me. She's got her information just all out there like that. I don't understand why they're emailing YouTubers if they want to be anonymous. Well, because they're not using their information. They're not using their name. They're not using their face. You don't know anything about this lady except what I just told you. Her name is Miss Monica. You can't see her email address. All that's blacked out. I'm not holding it up so you can see it. I got all the information, some of it X'd out. It's just like I'm keeping it confidential. I keep your information confidential. You can share it. Like people go to the news media all the time, and they don't want their face on TV. They don't want you to show them, but they want to tell you what happened. So I look at it like that. She want to tell us, yes, that's it, Southwest Angola and Namibia. Thank you. I'm sorry, y'all. I got an answer. I got excited because I knew those were the countries. I knew it was some countries before you got down to South Africa. All right. But that's why they do it, because they feel like if you put them out, if somebody puts you out on YouTube, they feel like, okay, I need to get my message out. So how do I get my message heard? How do I do that? So they feel like if I go to another YouTube person, that person, will get my message heard, and then my message can be heard. Because ultimately, everybody wants to be heard. Everybody wants to be heard. Okay. So that's what we got to remember. Let me get these comments and then we'll go to the rest of it. Southwest Africa is Angola and Namibia. Okay. That's it. And then you get to South Africa. Hello, Kiki in chat. Hello. And then you get to South Africa. Because I think if she was South African, honey, she would be on. She's proudly say she was South African. South Africans are proud to be South African. They both were lied to. Yes, ma'am. Tay Tay and my. You know what? Accountability with that nice green suit on. Girl, you should give me that. Give me that. Give me that. But look, accountability. Do you know that's what I said? Do you know that's what I said? I said, you know what? Travel with Tay Tay is a victim, and Miss Monica is a victim. I said both of these women are victims right here. They both were taking advantage of someone. And that's what's really heartbreaking here. Even though Shantae is not my friend, I don't want to see this happen to any woman. Any woman. Any woman. I don't. I don't. But according to Miss Monica, she knew what she was doing. She knew that he was the girlfriend. I don't even know, y'all. It don't make sense. Yeah, I clearly see women being, it is. This is exactly, and it's sad. It's sad because if y'all could read these emails that Miss Monica sent me, the pain in these emails, because I'm reading these emails and I could tell by the words this woman is hurting. Okay. She's in a lot of pain. Okay. A lot of pain. A lot of pain. And that's what I kept thinking. And even when I was listening to Travel with Tay Tay, I said, she's in a lot of pain. She's in a lot of pain. So it's like these two women are in a lot of pain. And who's in the middle? Who's in the middle? The dude. He's in the middle. He's in the middle. But does that mean he broke into the house? No. My thing is how she didn't hear the bars being taken off the window. Everyone questioned that part. Thank you. That was my drum roll. Exactly. Even with the cement is going to melt. They're going to melt the cement, right? Now we got to imagine this. They're going to melt the cement. The cement's going to melt. But even when the cement melts, shouldn't you hear the bars hit the ground? Shouldn't you hear some kind of noise? And she said they was up at 3:30, remember? And the break-in occurred between 2 and I think 7 o'clock in the morning. Because she said he was out there feeding the dogs at 3:30 in the morning. That's why she's trying to say he broke into the house, because he was feeding the dogs at 3:30 in the morning. I don't know. None of that makes sense. None of this makes sense. None of this it doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense because the items that were stolen, You're not going to, they had no monetary value. Just keep it real, y'all. Y'all know it really didn't have any monetary value. So why are you stealing this stuff? Okay. Unless you're some little kid, young boys, and you just stealing it just to get some change. Okay. But then you young, those bars are heavy. How many of them did it take to do that? And then remember the break-in? Remember how they went straight to the stuff that the house wasn't tore up? It wasn't like they was in there looking for nothing. It's like they knew where everything was. Remember that? There was nothing disturbed. Her purse was right there. They didn't even take her purse. They didn't even throw everything out of her purse to see what was in her purse. Y'all remember that? This doesn't make sense. This whole situation, this whole break-in makes no sense whatsoever. It makes no logical sense. No logical sense whatsoever. So other than these women being victimized, yes, they're being victimized, but there was also something that happened here. What happened? There was a break-in. Well, there was a alleged break-in. Who did that? Was the fiance really, was the fiance really involved, like Travel with TayTay saying? Like she told the Gambian police? Or is she doing what Miss Monica said? She's just being vindictive. It's just a personal vendetta because she's Miss Monica says that when she found out she was in town and she had been there for a while, that's when Travel with TayTay got mad. And that's when she involved her in the drama. I can't imagine getting robbed. Shantae was traumatized, but I'm just learning the backstory. This needs the information. Man, it doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense. She looked like she was traumatized, but she also looked like she was looking in the camera to make sure the camera was focused on her clearly. She looked like that. So I'm confused again. Because when I look at that, I see somebody focusing, saying, okay, I'm crying. Let me make sure this camera's on me good. Let me make sure I'm doing a good performance. I don't know. This is what I'm seeing. Because none of this makes sense. Nobody's going to break into your house for nothing. For nothing. Nobody's going to put their life on the line for nothing. They didn't check no electronics. No TVs. Was there even a TV in there? They didn't take nothing for real. Nothing. But we're going to go to the point of removing some bars for some secondhand stuff. And secondhand stuff, that's going to be third hand. How much you think they're going to get for that? This don't make sense, y'all. This don't make sense. It doesn't make sense. I'm totally confused. My mind is totally boggled. I can't put it together where it makes any sense. I think it's because the music and maybe the rhythm. Okay, accountability. But I want that suit, girl. Right, Alexis. But y'all, seriously, make that make sense. Make it make sense. Who would do this? Think about it, y'all. Analyze it. Analyze it. Who would do this? Who? Remember, this man got a fiance who sends him an allowance every month, faithfully. Why would he do that? Then think, why would any grown man do that? Then think, would kids do that? Only people who would do that would be kids. But kids are going to destroy the house. Y'all know what kids do. They're going to go through there. They're going to tear up everything. They're going to tear up the whole house. They're going to dump the purse out. They're going to do more than that. So was it staged, like Benta said? Did Shantae organize this to get donations to support her nonprofit to build the Gambia? Did she do that like Benta suggested? The Gambian girlfriend? Let's see. Oh, I'm sorry. Let me go back. I didn't read Tania. It says, well, now, y'all are silly. Okay, let's go. Um, Women need to vet these men. Yeah, these men. Sit back, yes, and watch before jumping into these relationships. Male for hire. And you know what it goes back to, Miss Millie? It goes back to loneliness. I remember when I had did a series about relationships before I started, doing these type of videos. I did a series about relationships, and I would always tell people that loneliness is a hell of a drug. Loneliness is a hell of a drug. When you're on loneliness, when you're lonely, okay, when you let that loneliness, that feeling sink into you, the things you would do, you wouldn't normally do. The things you would say, you won't normally say. The people you would talk to and you find attractive, you would normally talk to and you would normally find attractive. But you know what? When you on that drug called loneliness, honey, all bets is off. All bets is off. So that's why I say no to drugs. The drug called loneliness. Say no to that. Because that'll have you doing things you would normally do. Let's see. Monica is playing the typical white victim role. Tay Tay let her African AA guard down and she got played. And you know what? She said that. She said that, that she let her guard down and she got, and she was taken advantage of. And that's what happened. That's exactly what happened. She let her guard down. She thought, I don't know. I think she entered into it playfully, not serious. And then, like I said, that drug called loneliness starts creeping in. And honey, it tell you some lies and you start believing them. So yeah, she let her guard down. She let her guard down. Let's see. She's saying, hey. And that's why I feel bad for her. Even though she's not my friend, I do feel bad for her. Who feeds dogs at 3 a.m.? I don't understand that either. I'm telling you, Alexis, I was sitting there like, well, what? That don't make sense. Why would he go outside at 3 a.m. to feed the dog? Unless, okay, so wait, okay, let me give y'all a scenario. So maybe y'all up at 3:30 in the morning or 3 in the morning. Say y'all wake up 3. You went to bed early. Okay. You went to bed like 8:30. Y'all have been out in the sun all day. And if you've been in the African sun, it makes you sleepy and tired. So you go to sleep early, and you sleep for a while because you exhausted. So say you've been out in the Africa Gambian sun for hours that day. So y'all go home, y'all sleepy, y'all eat, y'all go to sleep, y'all wake up about 3 o'clock. Okay, y'all hungry again. Let's eat the leftovers. We got some leftovers. Let's eat them. So we eating the leftovers. As y'all can see, I love to eat. So we eating the leftovers. There's leftovers left over. What we gonna do? We gonna let them sit in here all night? No, that's gonna cause bugs. Go outside and just give it to the dogs. That's a possibility. That could happen. But I don't know why else they would be up at 3 o'clock in the morning feeding dogs. I don't know. But that's what she said he was doing. At 3:30, he was feeding the dogs. And she felt like he had something to do with it because she felt like he gave from what I was from let me see, I'm trying to put this the correct way. What was implied from her statement was that he had given the dogs something to make them docile, to make them sleep, to make them so they wouldn't notice that there was a person coming in, okay, that these people were breaking in. So that's what I'm thinking. Um, you can tell Tay Tay is traumatized. She doesn't even act the same. Oh, I don't know. I don't know how she acted before. But that's sad if she is. That's really sad. That's really sad. You shouldn't go to Africa and get traumatized, man. That shouldn't happen. But it was like Pa said, when you got to be careful about what you do, who you hook up with, and what you doing, what you doing, and who you doing it with. I heard a hard. I heard. Oh, I'm sorry. My hard drive cost me 175. Okay. Accountability. Was it new? Was it used? Was it a secondhand one, or was it brand new? Tell us that. Okay, Robin IL says the bumpster had to prioritize his women. Monica paid the bills. Tay Tay thought she could take him. Been to know her place. Oh my God, elaborate hopes, low value items. Y'all, I'm speechless. I'm speechless. That's all I can say. So I'm speechless. I'm seeing a pattern of expats infused over. From Tanzania to the Gambia. Don't tell me they do that in Tanzania too, for real? Wow, are you serious? Messing up somebody's house for this mess. Yeah, yeah. Sorry to let you know we've had a break-ins and they do always that thing, take things of no value. And it's so sad to say, maybe it just had to look like a break-in. Wait a minute. Sorry to let you know we've had break-ins. And they do always take the things that have no value. And it's so sad to say maybe it's just hard. Okay, say that again, Miss Miriam. Okay, but Miss Miriam, let me ask you something. The things that they take, have y'all ever caught the people that break in? Do you know, like, are they adults? Are these kids? I mean, who's doing this break in and stealing stuff of no value? What do you do with that stuff? That doesn't make sense. So, Miss Miriam, shed some light on that. And did they take the bars down when they broke into your house? Did they take the bars down? And what else did you say? It's just, but just let us know, okay? Give us some insight on that. Like, were the bars taken off the walls? Did they do all that? And can you sell those things that we think have no item? I mean, no value? I thought, yeah, she was. She was acting. I thought she was acting. I told you, I thought she was looking at the camera. At first, I didn't, but then when she started doing all that extraness, and I'm like, is she really looking at the camera? And then I rewinded it a couple times. Then I remember I called my little sister and I said, is she looking at the camera? And my little sister was like, yeah, she is looking at the camera. So I'm like, okay, that's what I thought. So, yeah. For someone unemployed and without extra money, what was stolen would be extremely valuable for someone who can't easily replace the item. Okay, for someone who's unemployed and without extra money. Right, exactly. But who, right, right, unemployed and without, that's what we're saying. So this person has to have no access to money. Then how would he, but see, that's what my confusion is, Tania. So if this person is unemployed and doesn't have access to extra money, don't you think he would have stole more than that? Like her purse was right there. And Miss Miriam even said they take things that don't even have value. So it seems like they would have took her purse. They would have took things from her purse. They would have just took everything in sight. Especially if you're unemployed and you don't have extra money. To me, that means that's going to even up the ante. I'm going to even take more. So that's what I'm thinking. When you're on the drug, getting older, you got to live that life carefully. When you're on that drug called loneliness, getting old. Yeah, and you know what, Josh? That's what Your mind tells you. It'll say, oh, you're getting, that's what the loneliness drug will tell you. Oh, you're getting older now. Oh, you're getting older. You don't want to spend the rest of your life alone. You don't want to spend those later years alone. You don't want to do that. You better hurry up and get a pump. That's exactly right. That drug will lie to you and tell you, oh, you're getting old. You better hurry up. That's a lie. That's another sign you on the drug called loneliness. Okay. When it start telling you you get older and you better hurry up and make them moves. Yeah. When it start telling you your age, yeah, that's the drug. Yeah, that's the drug talking. Yeah, it is true. That's exactly, and that's how you get caught. That's how you get caught up. That's how you get caught up. That's exactly how you get caught up. Because when they tell you that lies, you like, oh God, oh no. Okay. Drugs cannot be reported to the police. That drug sure can. You got to report that drug to God. You got to report that drug to the Most High God. You got to go straight to the Most High God and tell God that drug called loneliness won't leave me alone. Okay, what do this guy have to offer? I don't know. I didn't know, ma'am. Miss Journey of Faith. I don't know. I have no clue. The average man lives around 76 and the average woman 81, but it varies. Just a thought. Stay healthy, people. You're right. Stay healthy, not desperate. I wish nothing but the best for TayTay. Maybe she can restart her African journey in another African country. I do too. I wish her nothing but the best also. Yeah, but I wouldn't go back to the Gambia. I would never go back there if I was her. This had happened several times. Oh, to my husband. And once when I was there, yes, they remove the bars and they do take things of no value. And they never seem to catch these crooks. Wow, that's interesting. So, I was watching one time the news in the Gambia, okay, because I like to watch the news in different countries where, I plan on residing. So I was watching the news and there was this ring going around breaking in Dalaba Estates, okay? It was some people breaking into that. They had a lot of break-ins. And then there was just different break-ins in different neighborhoods where it was this one video that was going around on YouTube and Facebook where they had caught one of the people who were doing it. And do you know it was a little boy, like I said? He was about 14 years old. He was about 14, 15 years old. But they were taking him in because they wanted to talk to him because the police felt like he wasn't doing this by himself. Somebody else was doing this with him. Okay. Those dogs were too familiar with everyone, so they were desensitized to actually be guard dogs. Desensitized. Okay. No, Kiki, real drugs. Really? He's talking about real drugs. We ain't talking about real drugs. Mr. Foreman, what are you talking about? The only thing they stole of mine was my gummy vitamins. So sad. I would have gave. But you know what? Okay, think about that. Do you know gummy vitamins? How much do they cost in the Gambia? Were they expensive or were they like cheap, like reasonable? Is that something like the everyday, like people just buy a lot as vitamins, gummy vitamins? So I'm wondering if it was things they thought, oh, you can get this in the United States, but you can't get it there. Right. You would have just gave it to them. We can do a program next week, Saturday. Okay. Email me, okay? So I can tell you what the question, give you a heads up for what you're gonna have to deal with. I think she would do well in Ghana. Yes. The Gambian repat. Yes, in Ghana, because Ghana is bigger. Okay. Yes. So check that out, Travel with Tay Tay. Yes. Don't give up on your African dream. You just made some mistake. That's the biggest fear, getting robbed. I know it happened to my mother. Oh, wow, a couple of years ago. But the guy was called. Okay, Tania, tell us, what was the guy like? Was he young? Was he old? Was he what you think what was he like? Did they tell you what he was, was he young? Was he old? That's what I want to know. Yeah, she would thrive in Ghana. She would. That what was and who break in? Travel with Tay Tay's break in? That's what you're saying. That's what was taken. How do you know? Please stop it, Mr. Foreman. Mr. Foreman. Y'all see this statement by Mr. Foreman? Somebody help me out here. Somebody help me out here. Somebody please help me. Help me. I'm referring to Tay Tay unemployed, knowing she couldn't easily replace the item. Oh, okay. Oh, you was talking. Okay, I get it. See, sometimes y'all, I gotta remember the comments. Okay, so like when the comments come in later, it's like, what? What are we talking about? But now I remember. Okay, you were talking about it was difficult for her to. Oh, okay, I see. So do you think it was like a vendetta against her? I don't know. I'm trying to figure out who would do that. Yes, what else could it be? Mr. Foreman, are you serious right now? Y'all go ahead and read them comments and tell me what y'all think. Is Mr. Foreman serious right now? Okay, so again, they said this thief took two hard used old laptops, one no secondhand used old laptop, a secondhand old external hard drive, and a used back brace for female slimming belt. The evidence of the items stolen, the other items that were stolen, the ring that she told him at the police station, those all belong to Miss Monica and her fiance. Okay. Travel with Tay Tay told the police those items were her personal items and they were stolen. So she told, according to Miss Monica, Travel with Tay Tay told the police, okay, that ring and that watch were her personal items and that they were stolen. And they said, and she said, this is how Travel with Tay Tay got the proof of how much the ring cost. Because remember, she said she was laughing about how much that ring cost. Okay. And she said, this is how she knows how much the ring cost because she gave her the proof. She gave her the information. Well, she had to give it to the court people. Okay. She had to give it to the police people to prove that that merchandise did belong to her boyfriend, I mean, her fiance, and that it wasn't stolen. I mean, that he didn't steal it. Okay. And this is how she said, this is how Travel with Tay Tay got that receipt. Miss Monica did provide proof of the purchase to show that she purchased all those items that they were talking about. Okay, and she showed that she was the owner of the ring. Travel with Tay Tay. Now, let me tell you what she said. She says that Miss Monica was arrested. She says Miss Monica was charged for lying to the police and stating that they were asking for money. Okay. She says that this is what Miss Monica was actually arrested for. Travel with Tay Tay also said something about a picture. Okay. She said there was some type of picture that was revealed at the police station and that the police were asking Miss Monica about this video. I mean, about this picture. Okay. And that Miss Monica was saying that they were asking her, how did she get this picture? Okay. And she told them, according to Travel with Tay Tay, she admitted that she had got it or found out it from her fiance. Okay. And that led to the arrest. I tried to find out exactly what was on that picture, but I never could find out, what exactly was on that picture. Okay, so do y'all have any more questions? I'm gonna stop right there and answer some questions. Okay. So let's see. It says here, I don't think it's about the items. They violated her space. Yeah, that's true. That's how I would feel. Her space and her trust. Exactly. Her space and her trust. Yeah, true. Maybe well, no, because they said he didn't give it to her. He said it was his ring. He wore it around his neck. And she said he didn't give it to her. She never said in the video that he gave it to her. She never said that. She was laughing about how, she didn't pay a lot of money for the ring, how the ring was cubic zirconia. She was laughing about all of that. So, no, she didn't say he had given her the ring. She said that she knew it was his ring, and she knew the ring belonged to Miss Monica. She knew Miss Monica had given him the ring, the fiance. He needed the ring back because, yeah. Well, the Miss Monica, you know what? Maybe so. Because I'm trying to think. She said she had been in town for months, okay? And I don't know. All of a sudden, the ring was gone, okay? It was just like, it seemed like all of a sudden the ring was gone. And it was when the break-in occurred, okay? The ring disappeared. So, but she seems to think that this happened. I think she said, if I'm not mistaken, that this ring disappeared after she found out Miss Monica was in town. Okay. And it seems like she found out Miss Monica was in town around the time the break-in had to occur because no, no, Miss Monica said she wasn't even in town when the break-in occurred because she said, how could she be a part of the break-in when she wasn't even in town? So she wasn't in town when the break-in occurred. So when she got to town, see, this part doesn't make sense. That's the part I'm confused. When did the ring get reported? When they were at the police? No, it sounded like the ring got reported at the police station. That's the way it sounded to me. Like the ring got reported at the police station when Miss Monica introduced herself as the fiance. Because until that point, she had never met her. Okay. So when she got to the police station, when Miss Monica got to the police station, okay, the police asked who was she. She identified herself as the fiance. Okay. So that's when all of a sudden the ring came up missing, if I'm not mistaken. Because I told y'all this was a lie. You did a video on the yeah, on the plot to bring the drugs to the Gambia. Oh God, I don't even want to think like that, Mr. Foreman. I don't even want to think like that, man. I don't even want to think like that. I don't even want to think like that because it doesn't make you right. Because here, that's what we would think it was about. That's what we would think it was all about. Because, like we said, who's going to do all that? And you're going to do all of that over those little bitty items? Miss Miriam said they do it still little bitty items like that all the time, and it's just sad. But I don't know. That's a terrible thing. But see, that's what happens. That's what I'm saying. See, this is what happens when you have reputations like the reputation she has. Because we know what she conspired to do with Phoenix Rain and Phoenix Rain's daughter. We know what she conspired to do. So how do we know she didn't succeed in it? And whoever she worked through, They found out. Maybe they can't. Oh wow, that's just crazy. I'm not even say all that. Whoa, whoa, Mr. Foreman, that's wild. Oh, that's wild. That's all I can say about that. Your mother-in-law was lucky because they really never find these robbers. No, that's what I heard. They never find them. Oh, he look, y'all. He was. Oh, look, y'all. He was young. Let me put my glasses on. He was a young. He was young, and he lived in the same compound. He broke in and stole cell phones, and other men caught him on his way back to his room and beat him, but they've never seen him again. They probably sent him to the village. His mother probably sent him to the village. But see, look, this is what I'm saying. They were young. Hmm. But cell phones at least have some kind of value. But that stuff, it didn't seem like it had no real value other to the person who owned it. Nah, this was all about jealousy. You think so, Robin? I am. You think it was all about jealousy. So I'm gonna go through here and read y'all a little of the highlights for a couple of minutes. We're gonna stay on for 10 more minutes. Y'all got any more questions? 10 more minutes and then we're gonna get off. I'm gonna okay, let me tell y'all how she met him. Okay, let me read y'all this one. She says, Miss Kiki, I saw Travel with Tay Tay only once in my entire life for a few minutes at the Brewster B police station in the Gambia, in the police officer's office in the presence of the Gambian police officer when she falsely accused someone of her burglary. At that time, I had no idea at all whatsoever who she was or how she was involved with this accused. I found out 1 month later whom she was, and from the one innocent person she maliciously falsely accused of her burglary at her temporary rental home in the Gambia. My Her best friend, now listen to this, everybody. This is how the fiance started working for her. This is what she wanted y'all to know. She said, if he was such a bumster, if he was such a bum, if he was such a bad person, she said, why would Shantae's best friend recommend him for the job? He was recommended by someone Miss Monica is calling Shantae's best friend. Okay. The best friend connected and introduced and convinced Travel with TayTay to recruit this innocent person whom she is falsely accusing, which is her fiance. The reason why she is harassing me and bullying me and stalking me and spying on me and targeting me is because of the one person she is maliciously and falsely accused. It is my fiance. I had no idea at the time. I had no idea whatsoever they were having a secret, hidden sexual affair because I was not in the country when their affair began. At that time, I had no idea whatsoever my fiance was working for a female who he, who is her. I mean, well, that's what she said, who is her, who is her, and that they were having a secret, hidden sexual affair. Y'all got any questions about that? The best friend is okay. I'm not going to read that because the best friend doesn't have a YouTube channel. Uh, Travel with Tay Tay has known for years in advance that one of the falsely, maliciously accused is my fiance, and that she's still connected with them. Oh, I'm sorry. Travel with Tay Tay didn't know. The best friend of Travel with Tay Tay knew. She's saying this person knew for years that she was engaged to the fiance, but he introduced her with travel with Tay Tay anyway, and that he encouraged them to get this sexual involvement. She said he introduced them and influenced and encouraged their sexual involvement with travel with Tay Tay. He knew of my existence in my fiance's life, but he didn't care. All of the repercussions and ramifications of getting sexually involved with the hired help whom is engaged to another female who is me, and she still proceeded with their sexual affair in the Gambia. She told the Gambia police detective asked her for her presence in her present what was my relationship to him, the falsely accused, and I responded fiance and his whole entire family members present present confirmed it in her presence. I proved a written confirmed statement of this to the Gambian police. Okay. When Traveled with Tay Tay heard me stating I was the accused fiance, she stormed out and was furious. She was livid, cursing, swearing out loud. She alleged she went out, she was going out, she said she was going outside to smoke a cigarette, but she vanished. I assumed at that time she had left and went home. And that was the first and the last time that I had ever saw Travel with Tay Tay in my whole life. She is a complete and total stranger. Meanwhile, her best close friend offered to help to assist me to resolve this, these these allegations, okay, that was against her fiance. So the best friend came to her and said he wanted to help, resolve these allegations, okay? And she said, except he attempted to get more information from me and from one of the accused without our knowledge and without our permission or without our consent. And at the same time, the best friend was deceiving us and leaking information to travel with Tay Tay. And she leaked the information to the Gambian police in Bruceby. Any questions about that? No. Okay, she says this guy was very young. He stole their cell phones, but was caught going back into his room. Okay, we read that. 1820-ish. That's right. Because who else goes? And no grown person going with a wife and kids gonna be doing this type of foolishness. Always put a wooden block behind your sliding. Yes, always. Then even if they took the bars off, you right, Alexis, they couldn't get the windows open like a broomstick. That's what we used to do. We would put a broomstick and just kind of saw it to the length of the window and pop it in every night. Monica is stringing us all. Monica is stirring this all up again. We actually have forgotten about the whole situation. Yep, she said because she's still going through it. She said it never stopped for her. We forgot about it, but she's been living this, daily. She said that she keep, hey Incognito, how you doing? She says she keeps harassing her. She keeps stirring. She's the one. Shantae won't let it die because she's angry. Okay. Um, Another reason why I'm not entertaining old Monica and her hurt feelings. So Monica knows they had a sexual affair and still uses the word, yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. She knows. She says after a month, after he got out, she said he told her they had a sexual affair. She didn't know prior to that, but she said after he got out, a month after, she said he finally told her. She didn't even know about Benta. She didn't know about the Gambian girlfriend either. She just found out about the Gambian girlfriend also. Okay. Yeah. Let's finish these and I'll finish this up. I'm just going to read y'all the highlights real quick. She was paying him for who was she paying him for sex? Who paying him for sex? Miss London. Question. Yeah. Is he still Monica's? Yes, ma'am. He's still Miss Monica's Fiance. I'm good. That's good. Yes, ma'am. He is still Miss Monica's fiance. She says she is persecuting him, accusing him, stalking him, and harassing him and bullying him, terrorizing him because she found out he was in a committed relationship with her. So yes, she knows, and that's why she said he stole the ring, because that's why she's lying on him. Okay. She says, I was collateral damage for this whole entire situation because I had no idea whatsoever their secret hidden sexual affair that he had with travel with Tay Tay. Uh, I was blinded by hatred and I was misguided and misplaced pride because okay, I'm sorry. She says, travel with Tay Tay is blinded by hatred and has misguided, misplaced pride because she was dumped and rejected and had no idea at all whatsoever that travel with Tay Tay had recruited him and she was sleeping with him. And now she is stalking him and harassing him because he doesn't want her anymore. Her problem is with him, but she's stalking and harassing me. So she feels like Travel with Tay is now stalking and harassing her because he doesn't want her anymore. Okay. She says she blocked the best friend because remember, the best friend of Travel with Tay was friends with Miss Monica and her fiance. Okay. He recommended Miss Monica's fiance to Travel with Tay for security. Okay. So he was communicating with them both. So, and Travel with Tay. So he was like the person in the middle. So, um, she says she's not communicating with this person anymore. She blocked him. She blocked the best friend, on all social media. What else did she say? She said her fiance, okay, he willingly, voluntarily. So she's saying if he was really did this crime, why would he voluntarily and willingly go to the Bruceby police station to report the burglary, accompanied by Travel with Tay? So she's saying if he was guilty, why would he go to the police station with her to report this crime? She said it was in the process with in that process, Travel with Tay on the arrival at the Bruceby police station claims that the Gambian Bruceby police detectives claim that the ring in my fiance possession at that time, which is the one of my own rituals, he carries it on him whenever I am in the Gambia. Oh, you hear that? Who asked me that? Somebody asked me that. She said the ritual, he carries it on him whenever I am in the Gambia. And a wristwatch was given to him as a gift by his sister. So maybe that was a sign that she was there because she started seeing this ring. Okay. Because he wears it when she's in the Gambia. Okay. So maybe that was the sign. Okay. So she says, then she said it was stolen. She said it was hers and that he had stolen it. And she found it inside a bag. At that moment in time, he believed that she believed that the burglars had stolen these two items. He believed that the people who broke into the house, which wasn't him, had really stolen these two items. He didn't know that they was in a bag that he was in possession of. They were in a possession of. And so she's saying she is dangerous, she's dishonest, and she is disturbed. She's mentally unstable. She posts lies and she's a bullier. She said, I never exchanged communication with Travel with Tay because she's a complete stranger. The best friend was the one doing all the communicating. So the best friend knew all about her. Yeah, I don't trust Monica. Yeah, dumb is still calling him her fiance. Tay Tay YouTube ideal dumpster diving. Oh, vetting service. Oh my God. A dumpster diving vetting service. Oh my God. That is hilarious. Let me see. We looked at that one. How are you still with this man? Well, you know what? Accountability. It's hard to judge other people's relationships. So I don't judge other people's relationships. I just don't. I don't judge other people's relationships. I don't get involved in other people's relationships. You know, if she want to stay with this man and she want to call this man, her fiance, if everything is cool with her, then who are we to judge? Who are we? Who are we to sit up and judge, her for making her decision about her life? You know, that to me is just like that's just not I just don't do that. I don't get into people's relationships because I don't know what the motivation is. I don't know. I don't know what her motivation is for her relationships. I don't know what her rules are in her relationships. I have my rules, and I can't put my rules on her relationship, just like she can't put her rules on my relationship because the rules are different. So I can't compare my rules to her relationship and then judge her relationship. I just can't do that because I'm gonna get a false answer. I'm not gonna get a reliable, credible answer. I'm glad it's not me. I'm glad it's not just me. Yeah, if it was me, I would have no fiance. Yeah. If it was me, I would have no fiance. I agree. But it's not me. It is not me. It's not me. It's not my life. I don't feel bad for anybody. I don't feel bad for anybody in this story. I feel sad for them. I feel like these are victims. I feel like they're victims. But do I feel like they're victimized or they feel like they're broken and they're wounded? And no, I don't feel like none of that. I feel like she was hurt, but do I feel like somebody like exploited them? No. Do I feel like they've been exploited and taken advantage of? No. I feel like dude was, but he's young. This person is young. The fiance is a young guy, okay? So he's just doing what young people do. He's just doing, I think he's 26. He's just doing what a 26-year-old man is going to do. To me, this is my philosophy. You have to explore yourself. You have to go and do what you need to do to discover who you are. And if you don't do that, you're gonna have this longing like you missed out on something, okay? Like you've always missed out on something. So that's why I think men, get dissatisfied in relationships after years, because they've been with this person since they was a kid and they never got to really explore themselves, even women. But this is just my thinking, okay? So I think, he's just doing what a 20-something-year-old do. He's exploring his life. He's exploring himself. He's exploring the women around him. Because at 26, he has no clue what type of woman he really wants. Because he's not experienced women like that. So how would he know? He's trying to discover what he wants out of life, who he's going to be out of. A 26-year-old man is still, that's a young man. He's still developing himself. So no, I think I don't even look at him as a bad guy. I look at him as just a young guy. We ain't talking about a grown man here. We're talking about a very young 26-year-old man. Okay. Was Tay Tay playing the gigolo for sex? It sounds like it. Because it says in here, um, the relationship was about sex. Uh, uh, sex, yeah. I'm trying to find where she says that she wanted to have a relationship with him, and she wanted to have a baby by him. Okay, so the relationship had to be about this mutual. It had to be about this mutual sex thing, because she was telling the sisters that she wanted his sisters. Travel with Tay Tay was telling his sisters that she wanted to have a baby by him before it was too late for her to have kids. Okay. Let me see if I can find that. Let me see. So I would say yes, she knew. She knew that this was a sexual relationship. She knew it was a sexual relationship because she was telling him, and she was telling the family that it was a sexual relationship, that she wanted to have sex with him to have. Okay, so here she says, the best friend knows very well. So we're going to go to travel with Tay betrayed him, framed him, and turned against him. Travel with Tay was infatuated and gullible and flattered herself, self-absorbed, and she confused good, welcoming Gambian hospitality as a serious, committed relationship. She used to beg repeatedly on multiple different occasions for one of my fiance's siblings. She's asking his siblings to convince him, my fiance, listen to this, y'all, to marry her and to impregnate her because she was worried and concerned of being too old in age to be able to conceive a child. My fiance informed her, travel with TayTay, from the get-go that he didn't want anything serious with her. And he told her he was involved with someone else. And she told him she was also involved with someone else. Her mistake was falling madly, obsessively in love with her casual, sexual, secret, hidden affair. His family knew he was working for her, but his family didn't know they were sleeping together. I didn't know he was working for a female that he was sleeping with. Their sexual affair was a secret for a reason, because he wasn't committed, because he was in a committed relationship. My fiance told me the whole entire truth 1 month later. We said that after he was released. He was detained for questioning for 4 days because in Gambia legislation, the Gambia authorities can detain any suspect for 4 days without evidence or without proof. The Gambian police officers found no proof, no evidence that my fiance, nor me or my fiance, were involved in her burglary. She is slandering our names and tarnishing our reputation and defaming our character. So, Miss London, I guess that was a gigolo for sex. Well, no, she said she wanted to marry him. She was talking to the sister. She told the sister now she wanted to marry him. How long did she say he was locked up? 4 days. He was locked up 4 days. So now now she's saying he wanted to marry her. He really wanted to marry him. Well, she wanted to marry him and she wanted to have a baby because what Josh say? That drug called loneliness starts saying what? You getting too old. You getting too old. You ain't got no kids. You ain't got no husband. Girl, you getting too old. So they said, so Miss Monica said she went to the sister saying she want to get married to him. Let's see. So that's what Miss Monica said. These are liars and manipulators. Why wouldn't he go? Why wouldn't he go? Okay, accountability. I don't remember. Why wouldn't he go where? Why wouldn't he go where? Oh, to the police station? Oh, I don't know. That's what she's saying. I don't know why he wouldn't go. This goes so much in the game. This goes on so much in the Gambia that these uh, WWs, and they all do it in the honor of their fiance. What goes on, Miss Miriam? Tell us what goes on in the Gambia, and they all do it in honor of their fiance. Tell us what you talk about. I did invite Monica, Miss Journey of Faith. I invited her on several times, but she didn't want to come on and show her face because she didn't want to be attacked. Go look through the comments and look at the names she's been called. She didn't want to go through that. Some people don't want to go through that. Some people can't face that. Some people don't like that. So I asked her several times, to come on, and she wouldn't. So she asked me to tell her story for her because she does not want to, because she felt like she's going to be attacked. So she doesn't want to be. She's tired of being attacked. So that's why she doesn't want to come on. And she wants to maintain her privacy. The same reason why my family members stole my dad's car and went with me to the police station. Girl, stop. No, Miss Millie. Miss Millie, stop it. No, they. Oh, this is crazy. This is crazy. So y'all think the boyfriend did the break in? Y'all think the boyfriend really did the break in? Y'all think that? I used to think that too, till I found out who the boyfriend was. His family. And then when I found out that the fiance sends him money every month, what for? What would he do that for? That's too much work for a kept man. This is a kept man. This is a kept man. And he has a girlfriend too. And you think he's going to break in and hustle some goods and go? He ain't hustling goods. He hustling women. He hustling women. He not hustling stolen products. This the type of person don't get their hands dirty. No, they don't labor like that. They don't do that. They don't have to. So, but that's crazy. Wow. So y'all think you did it. I used to till I told you I found out that stuff. The story is making me mad. I'm ready to sue all of them. Oh my God. This is hilarious. Honey, yeah. Yeah, I see it regularly and it's just, yeah. Yes. They're absolutely zero committed about commenting about Monica's. Wait a minute. There's absolutely zero commented about Monica's and Maddie's so-called relationship or make-believe engagement. Okay, tell me that didn't make sense. You said there's absolutely no zero. There's absolutely zero commented about Monica and Maddie's so-called relationship or make-believe engagement. But she said on here, she had statements. Remember when she went to the police station? She had to give them statements, and the family backed her up that she was his fiance. And she had the ring and the proof of purchase that she was his fiance. And that's when Shantae got mad. So that is when she says, okay. Yeah, see, she says, the Gambian police detective asked me in her presence what was my relationship. He is my fiance, and the whole entire family members present confirmed it in her presence. And I provided a written confirmed statement of this to the Gambian police detectives. When Travel with Tay Tay heard me stating this, it was that the accused of my fiance, she stormed out. So I think that's what the proof was, that they were engaged, was the family, her statement, for one, the family statement backing her up, and the written statement that she gave the police. And the police took that as proof that all of that is proof that this indeed was her fiance. She wouldn't be judging Tay Tay either, right? She wouldn't. So we shouldn't be judging Tay Tay either, right? Now we shouldn't be judging nobody in this situation. Not her relationship. Oh, we should be judging her bulliness and her reputation, yeah. But as for her relationship, this relationship, only reason this relationship is being judged is because this is a sexual tourism relationship. And this is making us all look bad in the Gambia. And the reason we know about it is because people were talking about it. So this relationship, yeah. But if it was a personal relationship that was not on YouTube, that she did not bring to the forefront, then no, we wouldn't even know about it to judge it. We wouldn't even know about it to pass judgment on it. We know about this. This is affecting her reputation. This is supposedly she's paid these people for sex. So now you accuse, it's just, is this whole, this is a whole different situation. I'm sorry. Then just, this is not a personal relationship. This is a, this is a whole big mess that's been brought to YouTube. Please don't work. Police don't work cases if the total, oh, if the total value is not a specific amount. This is why added the ring to the case. She had to hide the real reason for the break-in. Who, you still sticking with that, huh? Wow, you still sticking with that. Wow, but you never know. You never ever know. Because that's crazy, man. Let's see. Where am I lying? Monica is just paying for consistent whenever she is in the country. That's why she didn't want to come over on the show. That's why, y'all. I don't know what she paying for. Uh, yeah, he was 26 years old. He might be 27 now, but he's young. So that's what I'm saying, Journey of Faith. What you gonna be mad at him for? Doing what a 26-year-old do? He's just doing what a 26-year-old does. So what you gonna be mad at him for? What are you mad at him for? He doing what they do. These two women are older than him. So what are you mad at him for? Can't be mad at him. I'm not mad at him at all. He's too young. She says she's 42. The last video I seen, she said she was 42. And this is all public information. Nobody's repeating personal stuff about her. I don't do that. Accountability, too old for this kid. Yeah, too old for this kid. Exactly. Sex tourism. That's the problem. It gives us all a bad reputation. Then when we go over to the Gambia, they think we participating. That's why she talking about I went to go see my boyfriend. Girl, what? My boyfriend? Are you serious? Because that's what she does. So she think, oh, Kiki loves Nigeria. No, baby doll, Kiki loves Nigeria. Don't get down like that. No, 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 no. We are not the same, bruh. We are not the same. Monica, the fiance. She uses that. Yes, she does not. Yes. Well, no, she said she was upset about Benta because Benta was presented to her like Benta was a friend of the family. Let me get you that one. Like she was a friend of the family, okay? And she said she was really upset when she found out. She said, here it goes. She said she traveled with Tay Tay, received good information, recommendation, and good reference about her partner. That was the reason why she recruited him and proceeded to fall madly in love with her partner. She met the whole entire family and friends, and she was very well treated by everyone. She is disrespectful and bad-mannered, rude and ungrateful, evil. Okay. She only turned against my partner when she was informed about the Gambian girlfriend. and about me and his life. But the truth of the matter is that she already knew about me and his life. I don't, okay, about me and his life. She stated in her YouTube videos herself. I don't know how long she has known about the Gambian girlfriend's existence in his life, but the Gambian girlfriend was introduced to me as a family friend slash cousin. Okay, so I don't think she was okay with Benton. She seemed like she was kind of upset about that because she felt like Benta was just smiling in her face, and she knew Benta knew she was, having a relationship with her fiance all this time. That boy worked security at hotels. That's how TayTay's friend even met him. Yes, yes, he did work security. He worked security. He was the head of security at Hyperlink. And like I said, her best friend, traveled with TayTay's best friend, recommended him to the person to travel with TayTay. Okay, so yes, he did work at the hotels. Hyperlink, I think is how you say it. What about Benta, the older woman? Okay, so from what I found out about Benta, the other woman, Benta is she's somebody who was saying she was the cousin. She was the cousin, a friend. Yeah, she says, I don't know how long he has known. She says, but she was introduced herself to me as a cousin or a friend. So see, the truth of the matter is that, yeah, she says it again here. The girl was introduced to her. The girlfriend of the Gambia was introduced to her as a family friend slash cousin. But she said this woman Benta knew about her. She said that Benta knew about her, but she didn't know about Benta because every time she would see Benta, they would introduce Benta as a girlfriend, as a cousin. I'm sorry. Claiming these young boys are putting up with all their mess and still take care of them. Yeah. So that's why this relationship was on YouTube uh, accountability because people were complaining. They were writing us. They were writing me about the relationship. They were writing me about her relationship, saying she pays people for sex, saying she sleeps, she could participate. That's what that sex tourism is. When you go to the Gambia and you get involved with these little young boys and you pretty much pay them for sex. Okay. So if you're participating in that, then why are you talking about the white women when you're doing the same thing as them? Don't talk about them. Uh, okay, so let's see. He had his cake and he sure did. He was eating it up. He was loving it. See what else? Yeah, that's what they are. Tenders. Yeah, greedy. Yeah, but he young. He young. Come on, y'all. He 26. Incognito. When you was 26, what would have been doing? If this woman gonna send you she's your fiance. She want to marry you. When you're ready to get married, she's sending you money. She gonna take care of you. What you gonna do, incognito? What you gonna do? Tell her, oh no, thank you. No, thank you. Travel with Tay Tay. Want you come work for her? She gonna give you some money. She gonna let you drive around in her car. You gonna go where she go. You gonna do what she do. She's an American, so Americans live a whole different lifestyle than Gambians. So you get to partake in that. But again, this dude was partaking in his own little stuff because his family was established. So we're not talking about somebody who didn't have access to things. This is what we gotta keep. Bumpsters are not the ones who have access to things. Okay? This man had access two things. From my understanding of what a bumpster is, from what we could learn last week, they may work at the hotels, but this man doesn't sound like a bumpster, like he has to do this for money. Maybe, I don't know. I don't know. That's just my opinion. I don't know. Let's see. I cannot and would never, there's a free, so paying for it. It is comical to me. Tay Tay, I would take this to, yeah, I would have took that to my grave. I would have never made a video about that. No, I would have never put this out here like that, because this, the only reason Miss Monica contacted me is because Travel with Tay Tay put this out there about her and the whole situation. See, I would have never done that. I would have, if I was Travel with Tay Tay, I would have never even talked about this. I would have just left it alone. I would have just been like, oh, wow, and left it alone and been done with it. I would have never tried to put anybody on blast, tried to show receipts, tried to show comments. I wouldn't have done none of that, because all of it backfired. All of those comments and everything she showed backfired against her. It just proved what these people were saying was right about her. Yeah, this is something you don't tell nobody. You don't. You don't tell nobody. Like she said, you take this to your grave. I swear nobody would have known. No accountability, nobody. I wouldn't even told my mama this. And I tell her everything. Yeah, you keep believing that lie. Her and her family will say anything to get him free. She's not the first to lie in a statement to the police. Let me know when they're what. Keep, are you talking to me? Keep believing that lie. He and her family will say anything. Well, I'm not going to say this woman is lying, because, like I said, you know, I consider my channel like a voice of the repack community, where people can come and just voice their concerns, okay, or voice their truth. I'm not going to say her truth is a lie. I'm not going to say that. And I'm not going to say I'm believing a lie. I'm going to say I'm presenting her information. That's what I'm going to say. To be honest, most AA women in West Africa, yeah, they are. Yeah, that's true. And that's what we said. You know, the accountability. That's what we said. We said that 9 times out of 10, if you go to West Africa and you get involved with a West African man, he'll probably be younger than you. Probably. More than likely, he will be younger than you. So it's not the fact that he's younger than her. That is not the issue. It's the context of the relationship. It's the context of the I want to pay you for sex. It's the statements that we've gotten, that people saying she's paid them for sex. It's her statement saying she's paid them for sex. This isn't us. This isn't me making this up. These are people saying this. These are men that she's had these relationships with saying she's paid them for sex. And this is the problem. We cannot go to the Gambia and participate in sex tourism and then get on YouTube and pretend to be leaders in the repack community. That's where the problem began. That's when people started emailing me saying that, you know, this wasn't true. You know, that what she's saying is not exactly true. So, and that she is really, and then she was, what the emails were saying is that not only was she sleeping with one young man, it was like she was sleeping with a lot of young men. Okay. Her reputation in the Gambia is really, really bad. And these emails were not coming from someone who didn't know. These were people, these emails were coming from people who knew details that I shouldn't know. So that let me know, okay, these are real. Is Monica giving? Okay, hold on. Let me put this one up. So it isn't the fact that she's dating a younger man. It's the fact that her reputation is that she participates in sex tourism. And we don't want to be known for that. We don't want to be trying to do that. If Monica is giving him allowance monthly, Yeah, she's paying him for consistent. We need Benta here. I know. Benta. Hey, Benta, if you are watching, come on the show, Benta, because we want to know your side of the story, okay? We've heard Monica's side of the story. We heard Travel with Tay Tay side of the story. Now, Benta, you come on and tell us your side of the story because your video let us know that and that you're really upset with this with Travel with Tay Tay. And also tell us, why do you think she created this whole fake break-in? You said that. Why do you think that, Benta? Please contact me, Benta, and come on here. I would love to see that now. I would love to see that wedding. Tay is not an ugly woman. I doubt she had to pay anyone. No, she probably didn't have to. She probably wanted to. It don't sound like she had to. No, it doesn't sound like she had to pay him. It doesn't sound like none of them said I told her if she didn't give me money, I wasn't going to have sex with her. It wasn't like that. It was just like, I'm going to give you $1,000. Have sex with me for $1,000. With Gambia nice, it sounded like it was a joke. It sounded like it wasn't real. It sounded like we was playing around and I'm like, oh, here go $1,000. Come, here, now have sex with me. It sounded like it was like that. That one sound like, but they had some type of relationship too. And the other dude, she said it herself. She gave him $1,000 for sex, and she said the sex was good. And everybody's seen that. So no, I don't think she had to pay him. I think she more like she wanted to. That's what it sounded like to me. Because she feel like she got money and she can pay him. That's the way it sounded to me. That's the way it came out to me. I got money and I can pay you. I got it like that. $1,000 is nothing to me. Here, you can have $1,000. We can do this. I got it like that. It's nothing. TayTay said on the day of the break-in that she was leaving the Gambia for good. All this for a laptop. Yeah, right. Yeah. And that's what I couldn't understand. Because remember, I made my video and I said that in the video. I said if a laptop and a hard drive and a waste thing is making you do all of then maybe you need to rethink this repack journey. If those things are destroying your life, remember I said that because I couldn't believe it. Because another thing, isn't your hard drive, isn't that backed up? You don't see, this is how I was taught. You have two copies, okay? You have a hard copy and you have a soft copy. So even though I put stuff on the internet, like this stuff I write down, as y'all can see, some of it is typed, some of it is handwritten because I have two copies. I'll have two copies. I'll print one, so I have a hard copy, and then I have the soft copy online. I never just have one copy of anything, even with my YouTube stuff, even with all my pictures I take, even with all my videos, my email backs that up. I have clouds. I don't know how many clouds I have. Look, I don't even know the name of them. This cloud here, cloud there. They back up all this information. So I'm just mind boggled when somebody is broken like that over a laptop and a hard drive. When most people who deal with electronics and do their things, their business on the internet, they know you got to keep hard copy. You got to keep a hard and a soft copy. You always keep two copies. Always. Sometimes three. Sometimes I would keep three copies. It just depends on what it was and how important the documents, the pictures, or whatever were. So that was another thing I didn't understand. Why the devastation? Wasn't it backed up? Didn't you have if it was so important, why didn't you have a hard copy? Why didn't you have two copies? So I thought the same thing, Mr. Foreman. I pondered the same question. I wouldn't expect money from a woman. I would work for my money and always provide. Oh, that's sweet. Yeah, these young people don't do that. So I ain't gonna say young people because no, I don't know who does that, but some men do not do that. I am hearing AA and British women are taking care of Gambian men, but Gambian men are taking care of Gambian women. Why? I don't know. That's a good question. Our journey of faith. The AA women and the British women are taking care of the Gambian men, but the Gambian men are taking care of the Gambian women. Maybe the Gambian women don't have access to funding, economic resources like AA women and British women do. Maybe that's one of the reasons why. I know it's not in their culture for women to, to give men money. I know that's not in their culture, but I think that's kind of changing with the 21st century. At least I know in Nigeria, it changes a lot. That's changed a lot, and sometimes it's just, sometimes the wife makes more money and sometimes the wife has got to take care of the situation because she makes more money. So I don't know if that's the case in the Gambia, but I know in Nigeria, that whole concept of the man taking care of everything, that's kind of fading out because it's not realistic for the 21st century. It's just not. It's not a modern concept because nobody can take care of anybody. You got to kind of put your money together. So I'm not sure because I don't know how these women are taking care of themselves and taking care of a Gambian man also. That's what I don't understand. How Tay Tay got her groove. But she did. She had a good time. Men are not being men. Exactly. The women are not being women. Women are not being women either because it takes two to tango. It takes two to tango. This man didn't tango by himself. He did not tango by himself. It takes two people to tango. Okay? So women are not being women either because a real woman wouldn't have even engaged in that. Yeah, she did. I didn't believe it either. Accountability, I didn't believe it either. But honey, I talked to somebody who told me they seen her bank account statement. They was helping her with something. They seen her bank account statement and they said she did have a little change. She didn't have much. She had a, well, they didn't say that part. I said that part. But no, I don't think she has much. But you didn't see my video accountability. It was financial aid money, honey. It's financial aid money. It's grant money and it's student loan money. So you know it ain't that much. And she been in Gambia a year, styling and profiling. She ain't got that much left. She ain't got that much left. Exactly. Think logically. But yeah, but when she first got there, she did. She had money to pay them $1,000 like that. Maybe she still have some of that school money left. Yeah, she probably do a little. She probably got a little school money left. Something of real value. Something of real value got taken. She was worried about getting locked up in the Gambia. I wouldn't say what it was, but it had nothing to do with being in love. Mr. Foreman, how you know? How you know? Give me some information. Give me some receipts. Before I can release some information like that, I got to have some receipts. I got to have some receipts about that. You got to give me some receipts about that. Although it sounds plausible because she left the Gambia in a hurry. Did you notice that? She got up out of there real quick. Maybe people feel free away from America. And yeah, they do. They feel free and they let their guard down. Yeah. And they change they just start acting any kind of way because they feel like, oh, don't nobody know me in Africa. I can do whatever I want to do. So I think that's pretty much it, y'all. Okay, so this is, I'm gonna read this one, and this is, we're gonna close here. She said, how could I have conspired with my fiance to burglarize Travel with Tay Tay's temporary rental house when I didn't even know she existed in his life? I didn't know her name, her address, her location. I didn't even know he was working for her. I didn't know anything at all whatsoever about this woman. She hardly even paid him regularly, and her and frequent salary or income, whatever she paid him, it made no difference in his lifestyle. And I can assure you, he isn't a thief, not a burglar. He is a cheater. Okay, she said it, y'all. He's a cheater and a womanizer, but he isn't a thief nor a burglar. Her trusted American best friend personally recommended her partner. So she's saying that again, that he has a good reputation. He is not a bad person. And that, and if he was a bad person, Travel with TayTay would have never hired him. Okay. Okay, we said all that. Okay, so that's it. Now I presented both sides of the story. We heard uh we heard Travel with TayTay from her story, from her video. And now we heard Miss Monica. She gave her side of the story. So again, Miss Monica, she requested that she be heard. She just wanted us to hear her voice. She just wanted us to hear her truth. Okay. So I want to thank Miss Monica for trusting me with delivering her truth, for trusting me to know that I wasn't going to manipulate her truth, that I wasn't going to talk about her, I wasn't going to put her down. I was going to just let her tell her truth and let her truth be her truth. So I thank you for that, Miss Monica. And if you want to tell your story, Benta, you are more than welcome to come on the show. You are more than welcome. If you don't want to come on, you can email me and I'll tell it for you if you want to. But I look at my show as the voice for the repat community in the Gambia. And if you want to be heard, or if you got something you want to say, you are more than welcome to come on Kiki Loves Nigeria and do so. So I want to thank everybody for watching, for staying with me for 2 hours and 42 minutes. I cannot believe we talked that long. It doesn't even seem like it. I want to thank everybody for staying with me, staying on here with me for that long. I want you guys to have a wonderful Saturday evening. And we will be here next week. And next week, Pa will be back because we had some repats who had some concerns about what he said. And they also had some reactions to what he said. And I just want to get them out there. They want Pa to know what they said and how they felt. So I'm going to give them the opportunity to tell Pa. Well, I'm going to tell them what Pa. Well, I'm going to read the comments, and then Pa's going to respond. Okay. And if we have time next week, and if nothing else comes up, we are going to start on the Nigeria story. I promise. About Dinah Samir. Remember the story about Dinah? I told you I had a story about Dinah Samir. And y'all not going to believe who else. Y'all talked them up, Alexis. But we're going to try to get to that next week. Okay. And I'll keep updating you guys every step of the way about this. I'm in the process of writing a letter. I have to write a letter to the prosecutor in the Gambia to voice my concerns, to tell him my truth. So I'm in the process of doing that. I'm going through the Gambian Criminal Code of Conduct so I can actually lay it out for them how I feel like I was violated. Okay. So I'm doing that right now. Again, if you're interested, If you're interested in joining the REPAT Association, the Gambian REPAT Association, please email me at Kiki Loves Nigeria. That's KEKELUVS Nigeria, and it's all lowercase. Email me at gmail.com. I'm trying to read this comment. Is that the price? What price? Did I say a price, y'all? I don't even know. But hey, that's all I got for y'all tonight. Thanks for hanging with me. And I will see y'all next week at this time. Let me leave this studio here so I can make sure this goes on. We're going to leave here.